In the Client Connector portal, we can see all enrolled devices by device type, operating system, and everything. When we select Enrolled Devices tab, we see all of the devices that are enrolled. You can also sort the devices. We can remove or quarantine a device. Force remove forcibly invalidates all security keys from the device and prevents access to the Zero Trust Exchange. Quarantine prevents the device from accessing internet access and private access. We can also see the information about the device that has been collected, the hardware fingerprint and MAC address of the network interface. You can view the status of the Zscaler Zero Trust services, internet access, private access, and digital experience. When we click the Administration tab, we can see the new releases that have been provided, and we can enable that build if we want to deploy it to the different versions of the operating systems. Under Registered Devices, we can now see the latest version that's available. We can download the EXEs for 32-bit and the MSI for 32-bit, as well as the EXE and MSI for 64-bit operating systems. If we download the MSI, we can apply a transform to build a custom installer that can be pushed out, or we can run the EXEs with the installer options. As you can see, this is available for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android. Next, we will select Trusted Network from Administration tab. Here you can add a new trusted network or edit an existing one. You can add conditions under Trusted Network Criteria, based on your requirement, and also set if you want any of those to be true or all to be true. Based on this, the network will be added to the group. In Client Connector support, you have a number of options available, like collect Client Connector logs per enrolled device or auto-population of the IDP configuration. Under Network Performance, you collect root information and other issues, should they occur within the logs. ZCC Fail Open defines how you are going to fail open if the internet access is unavailable. So if captive portal is detected, then you can disable security for a certain amount of time to enable the user to sign into the captive portal. You could set this to 0 and ensure that we never disable the client when a captive portal, meaning that users cannot interface with captive portals for security reason. And then if the public service edge is not available or those tunnels are not available, then I want to disable internet access entirely, which basically locks the machine down. So if I can't access the internet, and I don't want to interact with captive portals, the machine is locked down until the user goes on to a network or tethers to a device that provides internet access and provides connectivity to the Zero Trust Exchange. User privacy has the controls of what is collected on the device. You can collect device owner information, or machine hostname information, or enable local packet capture, or even prevent the user from doing packet captures. In endpoint integration, you can control which port the client connector should listen for connections on. Also, you should ensure that this configuration is pushed into Firefox as well. And then, when we define VPNs, if there's a VPN configured on the endpoint as well, how should you identify those adapters when they're pushed on the device? Device cleanup allows how many devices a user allowed to enroll against. We can have up to 16 devices per user. Force remove inactive devices after a certain amount of time, and permanently delete devices from the enrolled devices screen after we haven't seen them for 90 days. Then in advanced configuration, you can control the upload of custom root certificates and how group information is synchronized from Zscaler Internet Access, and it is done periodically. The mobile portal will synchronize groups from Zscaler Internet Access portal and also synchronize groups dynamically during an authentication round. So when the user authenticates using SAML, the user group information is provided to Zscaler Internet Access as well as the mobile portal in the same time. Or if groups are pushed through SCIM to the Internet Access platform, then they are pushed to mobile portal as well. If I want to control authentication based on user agent, you can do it here. And this is the user agent that the Zscaler client will present to services when it needs to authenticate to them. Under Device Posture, click Add Device Posture. Here we can upload a root certificate authority, and if this certificate is present on Windows or Mac, then we can say that the device has passed this posture profile. We can also look for file path, registry keys, or check if the firewall is running. We can also have a client certificate check. All of these device postures enables us to look at whether the device is corporately owned, corporately managed device where it has firewalls, registry entries, files, and certificates, as well as the security of the device. Under Application Bypass, we have some predefined rules here for Microsoft Teams, Zoom Meeting, and TCP ports it runs on, and the IP ranges. I can use those in my app profile. So see the Administration tab as the definitions that we're going to use and collect together in the app profile that ends up getting applied to the device.